Okay, so what's up guys, and back again with me Martin One here, MT on the page home. Alright ALPHAZ. So now in this video I am create a new content. It's called ALPHAZ podcast. Yeah, it's talk with ALPHAZ, talk about XG. Yeah, and yeah, so in this time I wanna talk with ALPHAZ from USA. Yeah. Okay. Hello, Jack.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm good, I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, it's good right now.
Yeah, it is good.
So, all right, Jack. When did you start liking XG, or when did you start be an XG fan, an ALPHAZ?
Yeah, so
When?
I learned about XG the day they debuted actually, so right with Tippy Toes when that was released. And yeah, I just liked XG because they were really unlike any other group I had seen before, and I was really drawn to their comeback, but I think the first thing that really stood out to me was HARVEY, honestly. I thought that her voice was just like something I had never heard before. So
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah.
was really how it all started for me.
Yeah. So you be an XG fan since their debut, right?
Yeah, the debut with Tippy Toes.
Oh, yeah, TV toes. Same as me too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What attract you to XG? Why you be an XG fan?
I think it was really just I hadn't seen anything like them before. I think that especially with Tippy Toes, the beat was it just felt different. Everything felt new and refreshing about them. So I think that was really the main thing. Yeah, and I think that it was really cool seeing kind of like a R&B hip hop
Yeah.
type group. And that's really like one of the biggest genres that I listen to.
Yeah. So, who is your bias, Jack? Who is your bias right now?
Oh, it's CHISA. I love CHISA the
CHISA?
most. But
Oh, you love, yeah.
yeah, but it's so
CHISA.
hard to have a favorite. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I really started. I liked it, CHISA, especially after her cover of "Nobody Love" by Tori Kelly, who's also one of my favorite artists. So I think I was just really drawn to her as an artist.
Yeah. CHISA have a great vocalist, right? So, what do you think about their debut song, Tibitos?
Yeah, I think looking back, it was just, I remember just being so excited about it and really just proud because, I mean, it was their debut single, Tippy Toes, and yeah, and it was just a really cool thing to see this new group come out of Japan, and really a group that was very different than a lot of the other artists. But yeah, and I think it was also kind of a weird feeling just because I felt like the fan base was so different. I remember there were so few XG channels on YouTube, and it was before the app and the fandom name. So it was really, I mean, everyone was just still so supportive, but it was also very, very different because it was so much smaller fan base than it was today.
XG made their debut stage for the first time in Mascara, in the first comeback Mascara, which they had never done before, right? How did you feel when you saw their performance on the music shows for the first time?
Yeah, I think that I mean, it was just, again, just so much excitement around XG. I think that every time they came back, you really saw, so many new fans, which was just amazing. I think that was probably the coolest part, is just seeing all the new fans every time, and it just kept growing and growing. But yeah, and I think there's something about their songs, even Tippy Toes, along with Mascara. They have just like this simplistic element to them, where it just like is so simple but catchy in so many ways. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but it's just, I guess, like the main hook is always like, it seems to be like, it's not something that's like crazy, or it's just, but they do it so well. I think that's one of the things I really like about them.
Wow, that's great.
I guess what I'm saying is the lines like don't mess with my mascara. It's like it's so simple, but they do it so well, and the way they deliver their lines is so well that that's really what makes it well, or makes it as good as it is.
What do you think about the GALZ from the rap team COCONA, Maya, HARVEY, and JURIN?
Yeah, I loved the cipher. That was one of my favorite videos for sure. And I think I was especially, one thing I was especially excited about was COCONA. I think that after getting Tippy Toes and Mascara, I think that you could really see things in the GALZ cipher that you hadn't seen yet. And I always kind of thought that about all the rappers, really, is like, you could kind of tell that they were slowly revealing things that they really hadn't shown. And I mean, we'll probably get to that later, but XG continues to talk about how they want to show the fans all their true colors, and they really haven't shown everything they have to offer yet. But every time they come back, it seems like they're giving us more and more, which is really cool.
Yeah. And it's react by Jackson Wang, right?
Oh,
you know that.
The reaction by Jackson Wang, yeah, that was when they got his attention, which was really cool.
Yeah, and he said XG is the future, right?
Yeah, and that's a big compliment, because he's one of my favorite artists, like, of all time, which it's really cool to see kind of like those two worlds coming together.
Yeah. And XG and Jackson Wang have a collaboration too in Left Right Remix. Yeah. What do you think? What do you think about that? Left Right Remix with Jackson Wang and Ciara.
I absolutely love that. I think that, I mean, again, like, not only is XG and Jackson Wang some of my favorite artists, but so is Ciara, who has been like an icon for R&B, especially I mean globally, but especially in the U.S. She's just been, she really like changed the way for a lot of R&B artists, and it's cool to kind of see like those different generations like combining into one song.
Yeah. At the beginning of this year, XG made their second comeback with Shooting Star and Left Right after Mascara. What change did you feel from XG before?
I'm not. It's hard to say, because I feel like Shooting Star and Left Right were both. They both brought new changes in different ways. I think that Shooting Star brought like a more colorful side, I feel like, of XG that we hadn't really seen before. And I think that Left Right was, it was a really R&B inspired sound that, and we had seen kind of like those R&B influences before, but I think that Left Right really like emphasized that a lot more than they had in the past. And we continue to see how influenced they are by those kinds of genres.
Wow, yeah. So after a year of debut, XG made their debut stage in Japan and USA. So what do you think about their performance in Japan and US? Like on Japan and Head in the Clouds, New York.
Gosh, in Japan, it was so exciting. I think I love their outfits most of all, but I feel like the XG stylists always have the most creative outfits. And
Yeah.
seeing them in white with the gold Louis Vuitton pants, those were amazing. And Cocona's hairstyle too, with the green down the middle, was just so cool to me. And I think that one of the other things that stood out to me was Maya. I think that her energy live is just incredible. I think just she really shines, especially when she's on stage, which is really cool to see her kind of hyping up the crowd. But in the U.S., gosh, I wish I could have gone because I'm not like that far, but that was so cool to see just because it was in my country. So it was amazing seeing them experiencing all the different tourist attractions that are such a key part of kind of like the cultural influences in America. Like, things like the Statue of Liberty and the Empire State Building, and going to Times Square and seeing people perform everywhere. So I'm really glad they got to experience that, especially.
Oh. And XG have so many crowd when they perform at Head in the Clouds, New York, right? So many fans, yeah.
Yeah, they did, and I'm surprised. I actually, that was one thing that I mentioned, like, to some people I was talking to, is it surprised me how many fans they have, because I've seen how hard it is for artists to make it in the U.S. Just because there's so many artists who are really trying to make it, especially in places like Los Angeles and New York. It's just the market is so full that you have to be really, really good to make it through. So it's really impressive, especially being there, what's just past their first year, and they're already doing things in America.
In a USA Today article, it was reported that XG will be making their comeback, which will show the true color of the girls. So, what kind of concept do you think they will show next? What concept for the next comeback?
Yeah, I was thinking about this, and it's so hard to tell because, I mean, it's funny because I remember that, I was watching, I think it was a holiday video, and actually, I was looking back and I realized that they leaked part of their Shooting Star choreo. So I'm always curious to see what kind of hints they're dropping now. But yeah, I'm not really sure if when they say true colors, they mean like it's actually going to be a very colorful concept, kind of like Shooting Star. But I do feel like it's going to be really rooted in XG's influences, like hip hop, rap, R&B, pop. And I was actually, last night I was watching, it was the video with, I think it was the Try Not to Sing, the Try Not to Sing challenge. And JURIN mentioned that they used to listen to the Spice Girls a lot. And JURIN also mentioned that they kind of like that, the style of the Spice Girls wannabe music video, and they always wanted to do something like that. So, and I do feel like that kind of represents them well, as that kind of fun, colorful 90s fashion vibe.
XG is also in the lineup at Head in the Clouds, Los Angeles on August 5th to 6th. So how you feel after hearing that?
Oh, I'm so excited, and I wish I could go, but and when I actually forgot when the date is. Oh, it's August 5th and 6th. I probably can't because I'm going back to school, but I'm so excited, and especially some of those other artists that are performing there, like Zed especially. Zed has always been like a big influence for a lot of them. I actually make some music, but he's always been an influence for me, and so it's really crazy to see them performing with him on that lineup. But and I think Jackson Wang was gonna be there. Yeah, it's just crazy to see the kinds of people that they're performing with. It's just, I don't even know how. It's crazy to me how fast this all has happened.
Yeah, it's good. I think XG is now gaining popularity around the world. XG is the most biggest right now. So what are your hopes for XG in the future?
Oh yeah, I think that again I think that I just hope for them to continue gaining attention throughout the world, and to get a bunch of cool collaborations with different artists, which I think that eventually they'll collab with Kehlani, but I think that would be really cool to see. I think I would love to just see them continue to work with other hip hop, rap, R&B artists. I think that would be really cool.
Yeah. XD have a collaboration with Jackson Wang, Ciara, and Rico Nasty, right? So, yeah. What do you want to XD collaboration with artists? Who do you want?
Yeah, so I was actually thinking about this yesterday. There's a lot of amazing female hip hop, R&B, rap artists. I'd love to see Cardi B, Doja Cat, Meg Thee Stallion.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, another one I'd love to see with the vocalists is someone like Alicia Keys or John Legend. Especially Juria and Alicia Keys. I think that would be so cool. And they also actually recently did this TikTok with the song What It Is by Doechii featuring Kodak Black. And I've been listening to a lot of Doechii's music. She's a new artist, but it seems like she would be a really amazing collab for XG in the future as well.
Do you have a message for all ALPHAZ in the world?
Oh gosh. I think I would just say continue supporting XG and really just tell your friends. I think that the special thing about XG is you see it in reactions all the time. People, if they don't listen to XG, it's probably because they haven't heard about them yet. And that's one of the things that one thing that really surprised me at first was when XG was releasing songs like Mascara and or before Mascara, before Shooting Star, before Left Right, I was like, why aren't more people listening to XG? But it turns out it really was just that the word hadn't spread enough yet. But I realized that the more that XG grows, the more people start to listen to XG. So that's why it's just so important to let other people know, to spread the word and to get as many people as possible to join this amazing fan base.
Don't stop to support XG, right? So, okay, that's it, Jake, for our podcast this time. Thank you for your time. Yeah. So keep support our XG girls, Jack. I know you are the really ALPHAZ who has support XG so far. Always support XG. So thank you for your time and have a good day. Bye.